Have you ever noticed sometimes your thoughts show up before you decide to think them? You are driving and suddenly a memory appears, a fear appears, an idea appears, a whole conversation appears, and you never chose it. So here's the question. If you didn't choose the thought, then who did? Because I just read a deep research paper that says something absolutely wild. It says, you do not have free will, not a little bit, not most of it, none. It says your thoughts, your choices, your fears, your relationships, your entire life were already programmed like a movie, like a script, like a matrix. And before you click away, hear me out. Because whether this paper was right or wrong, it points to something most people never see. The biggest suffering in your life may come from believing you control things you do not. The paper says reality is not random. Scientists say the universe is uncertain. They point at atoms, particles, quantum physics, the famous uncertainty principle from Werner and Heisenberg, and the famous cat in the box from Schrödinger. The cat is somehow alive and dead at the same time until you look. But this paper says no, the cat was always dead or always alive. You just didn't know yet. And that changes everything because according to this theory, observation does not create reality. Observation only reveals it. Observation only reveals what was already there. Now let that sink in. Because if that's true, then maybe your entire life has been like that. Maybe what you call uncertainty is just delayed information. Maybe what you call free will is just your mind watching the script unfold and claiming credit afterwards. And honestly, neuroscience already hints at something similar. In experiments by Benjamin Libet, the brain made decisions before people were consciously aware of them. Your brain moved first. Your awareness showed up later, which means the conscious you may not be the driver. You may be the witness. Now this is where most people panic because they hear no free will and they think, oh, well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, no free will. Then nothing matters. Then whatever I'm deciding is just how it's unfolding. But honestly, I think the opposite is true because maybe your job was never to control the river. Maybe your job was to learn how to move with it. Most people suffer because they keep fighting reality. This shouldn't happen. They shouldn't have said that. I should be further along. I should be different. But what if life is not asking you to control every moment? What if life is asking you to pay attention, to respond wisely, to stop fighting what already is? The paper says thought itself creates the illusion. That language, the voice in your head, creates the feelings that there is a little you inside there controlling everything. But is there? Or is there just awareness, watching thoughts appear? Watch your own mind today. Don't judge it, just watch. You did not choose the next thought. You did not choose the next emotion. You did not choose what memory suddenly appeared. It all arrived. And then you said, that was me. Maybe that is the illusion. And maybe that is why so many spiritual teachers say the same thing in different ways. Buddha said suffering comes from attachment. Rumi said the cure for pain is in the pain. Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. And maybe what they all meant was this: you may not control the first wave, but you can become aware of it. You may not control what appears, but you can change your relationship to it. This is where your real power begins, not in controlling reality, but in learning to stop arguing with it. Because the moment you stop fighting the river, you stop drowning. And maybe, just maybe, that is the real lesson of the Matrix. Not that life is fake, not that nothing matters, but that peace begins when you stop demanding that reality obey your story and start learning how to work with the story you have been given. You are already manifesting. You are already participating. You are already shaping your experience, not by controlling every event, but by how you meet it. with fear or with courage, with resistance or with acceptance, with chaos or with awareness. And maybe that is the only freedom that ever mattered. Go in love and peace with wisdom and understanding. Enjoy this day. Enjoy your day.